Hi, I'm Mike Moon, State Representative serving Lawrence County in southwest Missouri. We've just wrapped up our second week in the state legislature, and I wanted to talk to you about one of the most important bills, I think, that has been filed this year, and it's House Bill 1794. What this bill does is changes the current statute in Chapter 1, Section 205. The statute was passed in 1988, and it states that the legislature recognizes that life begins at conception. It also states that the unborn child and the natural born parents have a protectable interest in the life and health of that child. I think this is great. In the second section of the statute, though, it states that this law will be subject to any laws contrary in the state, which there are none, or any laws contrary to it in the United States Constitution. There are none there either. It also states that it's subject to decisional interpretations of the Supreme Court. And that's where we get into a problem. The Supreme Court ruled in 1973 in the Roe v. Wade case that women have the option to kill their unborn children. There have been many advances in medical practices since Roe v. Wade was decided in 1973. One of them is that a surgeon can operate on a woman, a pregnant woman, and take care of her medical issues, and simultaneously a neonatologist can operate in the womb on an unborn child. And I think that's fantastic. So an argument that the woman's health is at risk because she's pregnant is really one that doesn't hold a lot of water anymore, because medical surgeons and physicians can take care of women's health issues while she's pregnant, at the same time care separately for the individual unborn child. Now let me ask you a question, because let's go back to the 1973 Roe v. Wade decision. Which law was passed by the U.S. Congress to allow women to kill their unborn children? If you're scratching your head, like I've done many times before, you'll find that the answer is there is no law. No law was passed. And so I had a conversation with our former Supreme Court Justice Mary Russell and asked her a question. If the court offers an opinion that is contrary to a law that was passed by the legislature, what should happen at that point? And she told me that oftentimes the court doesn't really know the intent of the legislature when they pass a law. So if the court offers an opinion that's contrary to the intent of the law, the legislature has the responsibility to pass a law that changes the opinion of the court. So why does this not happen at the federal level? Your guess is as good as mine, but I would encourage, and I hope you will too, our federal delegation to draft legislation that overturns and corrects the court's opinion in 1973. Until that happens, though, here in Missouri, we want to let everyone in the nation know that Missouri is a sovereign state, and we can determine what's good for Missouri and its citizens. And one of those is protecting our citizens. That's one of the primary functions of government. The unborn children are citizens. In the Journal of Reproductive Health Science, it states that when the sperm penetrates the ovum and fertilization occurs, at that split second, DNA is formed, and also the hair color, eye color, skin color, and gender of that baby is determined. Now, if we know that, and the Journal of Reproductive Health Science confirms that life begins at that point of conception, and the Missouri legislature recognized in 1988 that life begins at conception, where's the argument that this unborn child, this tissue, as some people say, is not a human being? So I hope that you will support this measure, this House Bill 1794, and talk about it among your friends. And if you have an interest in supporting us, which I hope you will, give me a call, send me an email at my office address. We've got that on the lower part of the screen with our phone numbers if you'd like to call, and follow us on Facebook and Twitter, and comment, and let's spread this around the entire state so that people will know that Missourians want to protect human life.